As a little boy growing up in Albania in the 1990s, I was infatuated with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jean-Claude Van Damme, but my real hero was my aunt. She was the coolest aunt ever. She worked for a large insurance company, and I would often go with her to her office. After playing with the typewriter and the spare computer in the office, she would buy me ice cream, and that was awesome. Right before high school, my family and I moved to New York City. Well, the Bronx to be more specific. I was culture shocked at first, but then I acclimated and learned to appreciate my new environment. During my junior year of high school, I did a summer internship at Marsh. One day during my internship, I stayed late to help the sales department finish a presentation, and the rule at the time was if you stay late, you get dinner in the office and a black car to take you home, so no subway for me. While my friends in the neighborhood were coming from the park or summer camp jobs, I was rolling up in the black car, and that was pretty cool. After graduating from Fordham University, I worked at Aon for nearly 3 years before joining a dynamic team at Alliant. I guess I have been somehow predestined to be in the insurance industry since I can remember. Although it seems as if ice cream cones and dinners is what got me into the insurance industry, it is the environment that has kept me here. Every organization needs insurance, and you get to learn the inner workings of different companies and industries. Insurance can be very challenging, but also very rewarding. Although there are many complex and intricate niches within the insurance industry that are very compelling, in my opinion, the main reason that this is a phenomenal place is the people. The people within the industry is the most important component of success. The relationships and the friendships you develop are the backbone of the industry, and this is what I appreciate the most. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the world, we have to practice social distancing. But this will not stop our industry from rising and coming back together stronger than ever before.
Why does the dealer do that? By paying interest only for 30 years, they have effectively deferred your capital gains tax for 30 years. If they had paid any principal, it would have triggered capital gain taxes. So they pay you just interest, and you have a 30-year tax deferral. So now you have an interest payment coming into you, or your estate, for the next 30 years, and the principal of $10 million due to you at year 30.
Did you know your 2-year degree plus 2 years at PHSC can equal a 4-year bachelor's degree? Apply today at phsc.edu/bachelors.
Are you a business owner looking forward to grow your business, engage your potential clients, increase business conversion rates, and maximize profit? We are Team Flash. We create high-quality, engaging whiteboard animation videos for you at an affordable price. Why order our gig? Excellent customer support available 24/7. Color video is available. In addition, we have professional voice artists for voiceovers. All of our video are full HD 1080p quality. Do you know that using a whiteboard animation video engages your clients effectively and can increase your business conversion rate by 300%? Take your business to the next level today using high-quality engaging videos. Order now, exclusively on Fiverr.com.
Are you looking for professional graphics designer? Well, you are at the right place. I am PawriHorahiHai, a professional graphics designer with 6 years experience. I can make awesome product packaging design, logo design, greeting cards and much more. Here is my recent work. I am providing 24/7 hours customer support, logo design, business card, stationery design, magazine design, PPT presentations, PDF banner, flyer, photo manipulation, vectorizing, Facebook cover / profile banner and headers, background remove, Photoshop work, illustration and all kind of graphic design work as you need. I will give you unlimited revision and 100% money back guarantee. So you can contact with me anytime. I am always here and ready to work with you. Thanks. Contact me for details www.fiverr.com/PawriHorahiHai.
Consider this tax planning approach in any of these situations. Sales price of at least $500,000 or more. Capital gain tax due on asset being sold. Cancellation of debt. Debt of basis. Depreciation recapture. Expected failure of a 1031 exchange or prepayment of an existing installment debt owed to the taxpayer. Other than listed securities through a public exchange. Defer the tax, but keep the cash. We will introduce to you how owners of businesses, real estate, and other capital assets can sell and defer the taxes for 30 years and receive at close of escrow a tax-free amount nearly equivalent to the sales proceeds. Defer the tax, but keep the cash. Tax-deferred installment sale. Couple with a tax-free loan. Let's walk you through a transaction. Defer the tax, but keep the cash. Say you're selling a $10 million commercial property and you have a buyer lined up. The dealer steps in the middle of the transaction, like a 1031 exchange intermediary, and buys the building from under an installment contract. Nothing new about installment contracts, they've been used forever. It just means a promise to make payments. What is unique about this installment contract is that it is for 30 years interest only, with the principal of $10 million due in 30 years. The next step. And what makes this strategy truly unique and powerful is to get you your cash. But first, let's finish the first half of the strategy. You have your installment agreement with the dealer, but the dealer doesn't take title to the property. It passes through in a direct transfer to the end buyer with all the warranties and representations. Whatever was contemplated between the parties is what's executed. From the buyer's perspective, it's as if the dealer was never involved in the transaction. I want to emphasize that nothing changes for the buyer. So now, let's get you your money. This is the second half of the strategy. The money from the buyer goes into escrow. While the money is sitting in escrow, we bring to the table a third-party lender. No one you've ever heard of. He's a private lender. Who's going to lend you 95% of the net sales proceeds of your transaction. When I say net, I mean net of closing costs, brokerage fees, etc., not debt. This loan is also for 30 years, interest only, with a balloon payment due at year 30. So now you have an interest payment coming in to you for 30 years on the installment note with the dealer, and an interest payment going out for 30 years to the lender on your 95% loan. These interest rates are calibrated to be a wash. The dealer's interest payment to you covers your interest payment to the lender. The payments happen automatically and are internally debted and credited in long-term escrows. You don't have to bother with cutting checks every month. It is an elegant and effective capital gain deferral strategy. So for the next 30 years, this is happening automatically for you. At the end of 30 years, you have to pay your 95% loan back. But remember, you also have the principal of $10 million on the installment contract coming to you. So that covers what you owe on your loan. It's a wash. All you're left with is paying your capital gains tax 30 years in the future, and you've benefited massively from inflation and time value of money. All the tax money you're not paying today, you can invest for 30 years and reap the tremendous reward. Who is the lender? It is no one you've ever heard of. The lender is a non-institutional private lender and an affiliate of a long-time commercial mortgage lender. The affiliate was set up for the specific purpose of making these types of loans. Who was the lender? First dealer, located in Utah. They've been performing these transactions since the IRS allowed it in 2012 and have closed many millions of dollars worth of these transactions. Second dealer, located in Idaho, first transaction done in 1995. Who holds the money? You do. You're getting your money within 3 days of closing. You have it and have control of it, unlike some other strategies. Where does the buyer's money go? Into the dealer's attorney's J.P. Morgan Chase trust account. What happens if the dealer defaults? Great question. If the dealer defaulted, that would be a huge problem because the dealer's interest payment to you covers your interest payment to the lender. Obviously, we wouldn't do any of these transactions, never mind the millions of dollars worth, if we couldn't effectively answer this question. In both the loan agreement and the promissory note, you receive from the lender your obligation to make the interest payments. Or the balloon payment after 30 years is predicted on you being paid by the dealer. If the dealer doesn't pay you, you don't have to pay the lender. Who can use this tax planning strategies? Business entities, corporations, and limited liability company, partnership, a professional practice, real estate, whether held for business or investment purposes, personal residence, fractional interest, mineral rights, cryptocurrency, contract rights, franchise agreements, license agreements, long-term leases, 30 years or more remaining, including options, art or antique collections, aircraft, watercraft, and classic automobiles, but not including sales by someone in the ordinary course of a business as a dealer. Real estate flippers, beware, must hold property for 1 year and 1 day to receive long-term capital gain rates. Disclaimer. We do not give tax or legal advice. You are strongly encouraged to seek appropriate tax and legal counsel regarding your individual situation. contact information. Any questions? Manuel Reyes. taxdeferredstrategies@gmail.com or at 424-349-8511.
Hey parents, if there was a program that helped your child learn up to 10 times faster and helped them think like the most successful thinkers in the world like Leonardo da Vinci, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, would that be of interest to you? Our children are going to grow up in a very uncertain world where mass unemployment is an almost certainty. In this digital age where computers are taking over so many jobs, what will ensure your child has the skills to at least become more employable than a computer? Or better still, actually thrive in this environment? Let's face it, our current education system is incredibly outdated. It focuses primarily on memorization and is tailored more to passing exams and meeting government targets than it is to actually educating kids with the skills they will need to succeed in the future. So what is the solution? Success Dojo. This is a brand new, incredibly innovative education system for children that is tons of fun and they will actually love learning. At Success Dojo, our teachers use a system of short 5 to 7 minute games created by the amazing educator Ofer Breyer called Stages. These are called genius games and they quickly help children learn pattern recognition and apply this in many different fields from music to art, maths to technical design, and culminate in a child's creativity being stimulated into research and development. This creates the successful child of the future who can think in many different areas and create solutions to many problems. No computer can do that, and this polythinking and creative design is what has led to the most successful ventures ever created. Combining a camera and a phone on a computer platform gave us the iPhone. Splitting a motor into 4 powered by electric motors gave us electric cars. With mass unemployment, climate change, food and water shortages, what will your child need to thrive and succeed in the future? The ability to think fast, creatively, and in combination are going to be the key skills they will need. But they don't learn that in school, and even if the educational establishment accepted this new model of education, it would take years to be implemented, which is why we created Success Dojo. Your kids can start to learn these amazing skills now, and the best thing, they will love it. In fact, we are so confident they will love it, and you will love the results. We are offering a 30-day no-obligation guarantee. Come, try it now and see the difference in your child.
Earn money and help your community through viewscount.com. ViewsCount gives you the opportunity to provide community-based opinions on real legal matters. Get compensated to engage in surveys and act as a mock juror. You can participate from the comfort of your own home, or on the go through your smartphone. During this unprecedented time, our civil system is being pushed to its limits. Our justice system needs your help by taking part in a questionnaire for research. You will be helping our legal system understand how your community feels about certain issues. A personality self-test helps our researchers understand your feelings about certain issues. If you've ever taken a personality test, you may have puzzled over your results. Perhaps the test indicated you were an introvert, but maybe you always thought of yourself as an extrovert. The key to understanding personality is understanding that personality is very context-specific. You are not either an introvert or an extrovert. Everyone is both, to a certain degree. You just lean one way or another depending upon the situation. Thus, it's very important to test personality in different contexts. ViewsCount gives you the opportunity to provide community-based opinions on real legal matters. Get compensated to engage in surveys and act as a mock juror. You can participate from the comfort of your own home, or on the go through your smartphone. There are never any fees or commitments. Enrollment is now open for all U.S. citizens ages 18 and over.
Are you looking for a high-quality, engaging, and creative whiteboard animation video that will let the whole world know about your product, sale, and highly increase your traffic? But you're unable to choose the best gig and professional animator? No worries, you're at the right place. I transform your script, ideas, and thoughts into a high-quality, awesome, creative, and simple whiteboard animation video at a very affordable and accessible price. Just send your script, idea, or any other sample you love, and I will create an amazing explainer video for you with guaranteed social media engagement, rapid lead generation of high-paying customers, enhanced website traffic, and keeps up your earning. I provide animation explainer videos in 10 different languages with professional, real human voiceovers, including full HD 1080p, royal background music, and unlimited revisions. Please read the gig description, gig packages, and send me a message before placing an order. I look forward to delivering an excellent service to you, exclusively on Fiverr. Order now! Are you looking for a high-quality, engaging, and creative whiteboard animation video that will let the whole world know about your product, sale, and highly increase your traffic, but you're unable to choose the best gig and professional animator? No worries, you're at the right place. I transform your script, ideas, and thoughts into a high-quality, awesome, creative, and simple whiteboard animation video at a very affordable and accessible price. Just send your script, idea, or any other sample you love, and I will create an amazing explainer video for you with guaranteed social media engagement, rapid lead generation of high-paying customers, enhanced website traffic, and keeps up your earning. I provide animation explainer videos in 10 different languages with professional, real human voiceovers, including full HD 1080p, royal background music, and unlimited revisions. Please read the gig description, gig packages, and send me a message before placing an order. I look forward to delivering an excellent service to you, exclusively on Fiverr. Order now! Are you looking for a high-quality, engaging, and creative whiteboard animation video that will let the whole world know about your product, sale, and highly increase your traffic, but you're unable to choose the best gig and professional animator? No worries, you're at the right place. I transform your script, ideas, and thoughts into a high-quality, awesome, creative, and simple whiteboard animation video at a very affordable and accessible price. Just send your script, idea, or any other sample you love, and I will create an amazing explainer video for you with guaranteed social media engagement, rapid lead generation of high-paying customers, enhanced website traffic, and keeps up your earning. I provide animation explainer videos in 10 different languages with professional, real human voiceovers, including full HD 1080p, royal background music, and unlimited revisions. Please read the gig description, gig packages, and send me a message before placing an order. I look forward to delivering an excellent service to you, exclusively on Fiverr. Order now!
Welcome to Jury Analyst's Virtual Focus Group Guide. This is your tactical guide for conducting targeted pretrial research. The need for pretrial research is crucial to building your case. With virtual focus groups you can go deeper than basic demographic criteria for juror selection. You can frame your case and evaluate themes before trial, testing out on real, virtual mock jurors. In addition, focus groups allow you to accurately forecast expected compensation to improve settlement negotiations. Traditional focus groups have many purposes and come in many forms. However, they are limited to a small number of community members. Large, virtual focus groups have many benefits including accurate representation of the demographics of your venue. At this early discovery stage, larger samples provide more information. Additionally, focus groups work best in informal settings. Respondents are more likely to give their true opinions in a more relaxed setting of an informal focus group. Otherwise, you risk suppressing biases and experience behavior such as the bandwagon effect, where individuals follow the opinions and actions of others, or the courtesy bias, where individuals suppress their opinion to adopt a more acceptable one. Because they minimize these distorting effects, virtual meetings are the ideal form for this research. Creating focus groups that adhere to the field's best practices is intricate and difficult. This is where our focus group department can be of great assistance. We combine years of human expertise with validated scientific methods to craft cost-effective, high-quality virtual focus groups. When it comes to personality and unconscious bias, we are able to gain information that in-person focus groups, conducted by law firms, are unable to capture. We record all participants' videos during their virtual live focus group, We then use machine learning technology at scale to analyze the video to examine facial expressions of emotion including sadness, anger, fear, worry, surprise, and contempt. We can pinpoint exactly what topic, question, or theme elicits emotion from the participant. Science-backed data allows us to develop juror profiles, in turn, increasing your odds of winning.
We're a team of moms making a difference and living the American dream. Imagine being able to create a passive income just by protecting your children and your family. We partner with a US-based manufacturer of consumer goods with over $2 billion in annual sales. We do not sell or inventory products. As moms, our role is to educate other moms about our products and a business model that's making a difference for moms and their families. Come join these amazing women today by getting back with the mom that sent you this video. Start reclaiming the life you and your family have always deserved while making a difference for moms and their families.
Hi, I'm Len Mihalovich, founder of Lenovations Press. We make comic books. Welcome to the launch of our Patreon campaign. I started Lenovations Press in 2014 on my own without crowdfunding campaigns. I have another video about that if you're interested in the reasons why. Let's just say out of all the crowdfunding platforms, I found us most aligned with Patreon. I want you to join me in making these comics. I want you to help. I want to hear from you. I want you engaged. I want you as a reader, and if I do my job right, you'll become a fan too. I'm not looking to fund any specific book. As of right now, we publish 3 titles regularly. I made this video instead of doing comic conventions because of COVID. A mask is fine for a trip to the grocery store, but a 3-day convention is a different risk entirely. I need conventions because they provide me a platform to meet new readers and introduce them to our comics. I won't be doing conventions in 2020, and in 2021, who knows? Thanks to COVID, I've started 2 things. Number 1, free comics available on my website. Section 12 Flashback number 1 and Section 12 Declassified number 1. Don't get me wrong, I'd love your financial support, but it isn't everything. Plenty of content will be available free to non-subscribers. Number 2, this Patreon platform allows me to reach you, the readers, and gives the flexibility for this to be as much or as little of an ongoing relationship as you want it to be. I wanted you to be able to choose, and Patreon is aligned with this goal. The challenge with this type of campaign is it will take a while to build a group. We will be a small but mighty group to start, but we'll have fun getting there. I've been making comics for over 6 years now. The titles have been released steadily, so we're not going anywhere. I'm committed to keep telling you these stories as long as you want to hear them. I'll keep posting videos, updates, work in progresses, and cool artwork. Your financial support helps us secure the time and talent I need to get these comics out as fast as we can and faster than we are now. I put together some great tiers, so select the one that's best for you. In closing, I want to remind you that this is a forum, not just a one-way communication. I'd love to hear feedback, likes, and maybe in the future do some Zoom sessions. That's all for now. Thanks for listening. Join me and let's make some comics.
Mikhail, today is your special day. 30 years ago, a stork delivery was placed and successfully delivered in Lyon. Fast forward, you grow up with good role models and life expectations. You became an IT engineer and quite a globetrotter. But more importantly, you became a wonderful person that is truly loved by a lot of people, and even by cats. We all hope that your next 30 years will be filled with joy and success. And if you ever worry about being old, remember the saying, the older you get, the better you get. Unless you're a cookie. But last time we checked, you weren't a cookie. So, happy birthday from your family and friends.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
Welcome to the Powerful Creators podcast. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Fatima, how are you?
I'm great. And you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for asking.
As always.
Yes.
We have this part of the episode already recorded, right? Because we always start this way.
That's a great way to start your day, is already in a good mood and really super excited to reach out and talk to our fantastic audience. It always makes me feel great.
Yes, and today we are speaking about how to get from where you are right now at this very right moment to where you want to be. Right, Sean?
I can't imagine, Fatima, that anybody is not where they want to be already. Are you kidding me? Is that real?
Yes. And I believe that everybody already had that rock bottom moment in which everything is bad and we just want to go up. What does it mean to go up, Sean?
It means to feel better, Fatima. To go up means to feel better. But hold on, before we go up, let's revisit rock bottom. Let's revisit. Why would we want to revisit rock bottom? And I'll share that with you. Because when we get to rock bottom, we then can enjoy the contrast when we have come off of rock bottom and we're going toward feeling better. We're working on our thinking. We're working on all the things we're going to talk about, but feel that rock bottom. Allow that rock bottom to soak in. Don't let it soak in too much, but now you may already know, and you're probably not on rock bottom now, but remember what rock bottom feels like, and that's going to make the process toward feeling better and having a better energy about you in your life. So it will have the opportunity to enjoy that contrast.
Yes, I believe that I got lots of wisdom and strength because I had everybody already had, but the rock bottom moment really gives lots of lessons, and we get a lot of wisdom and strength from those moments, right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. Life is designed to knock you down. And no matter where you came from, no matter what privilege you started out with already in this world when you got here, life is designed to test you. Life is designed to give you contrast. Without those tests, without those contrast, the high-level energy, those high-level thoughts, that high-level life doesn't mean as much because we don't know how to compare it. And then without any comparison, there's no appreciation.
Yes. And when we speak about rock bottom, for someone that is not really understanding what can be, we are speaking about emotions. We are speaking about feeling guilt, feeling apathy, feeling fear, feeling grief, feeling shame, feeling anger. Right, Sean?
Exactly, Fatima. And what happens is when we feel that, it's a loop that never ends. So the first thing to get from where you are to where you want to be is to break that cycle, to break that loop of those thoughts leading to those emotions, to further lower thoughts to low emotions. And we have to break that cycle. And I think that's a big part of what we're going to share with our audience today. Is that right?
Yes, yes. And when you start breaking that cycle, you start going up. And this is what we want. This is our mission on Powerful Creators, elevating your vibration. So what you can do is control your thoughts. Sean, I remember when I was at my rock bottom moment, Sean was always asking me, what are your dominant thoughts today? And he would ask me every day if I needed. So ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts? And check if they are in match of the kind of emotion you want to feel. If you want to feel a good emotion, if you want to feel love and joy and bliss, you can be thinking about that person is horrible, that job is bad, I hate that, these kind of thoughts cannot be in your mind when you want to go up. That won't happen.
Exactly, Fatima. And one of the secrets too is you're not going to jump from rock bottom to nirvana. That's too big of a jump. So it's okay to feel really in a negative situation and not necessarily feel an enlightened type of thoughts and feelings, but just going from feeling horrible to be on the bottom of the emotional scale, it's okay just to go up a few. And what does that mean? Hey, I'm not super excited about that, but I can visualize things changing a little bit, and that makes me feel a little bit better. We use our emotions as our guide to how we're feeling, and how we're feeling is going to give us the level of how we're going to go up and down on that emotional scale. Horrible thoughts, horrible feelings, thoughts that make you feel better, thoughts that make you feel better. That's all you really need to do to get from where you are to where you want to be, is to keep thoughts that make you feel better in your mind.
Yes, when that is not easy, find what you love to do. For example, I noticed last time that I was feeling less good. And when I say less good, it doesn't mean rock bottom. It just means, I'm always super happy. And then I was just feeling less good. I noticed that just driving my car made me feel amazing. And then putting that song that I love on the radio, it made me feel even better. So there are small things that can change your frequency right away. There are some meditations that I truly love, and when I do them, it's like a click. I just listen and I already feel better. For example, Insightful Song is a journey music in which you start in one way and then you finish in another way. You finish with mantras, and during the song you have very different environments and sounds and soundscapes. So find what you really love to do and try to focus your attention on those good actions, on good habits, on good things. And sometimes in the beginning it needs a little bit more, but you need to take action. You need to decide. We spoke about this in the last episodes. Taking action makes a huge difference. Taking a decision, being a decision maker, makes a huge difference. And we spoke about this, I think, 2 or 3 episodes um, before, right, Sean? It was not that long that we spoke about decisions. And then what is going to happen is that you start going up. You start to feel a little bit more optimist. You start to trust in yourself. You start to accept, to forgive easily, and to understand the situation. And then the more you go up, the more easy it is to feel better. And you can still have some challenges and go down a little bit, but then it's easier to go up because you are already in the way to go up. And what I checked in one of our coaching sessions, Sean, is that some people that we got really, really, really in the rock bottom, now they feel already better, and they can compare how they, even when they have a moment that they go a little bit down again because of something, they can feel that they were really, really, really down before, and they are not that down right now. They are already much higher right now.
Very beautifully said, Fatima. That's so amazing, and so much wisdom in so few words. One of the things that I want to mention is the power of meditation and quieting your mind. If you are at a situation where you're in that kind of a rock bottom zone and you're not feeling super well, you don't have great thoughts going through your mind, instead of going from negative thoughts to enlightened thoughts to nirvana thoughts, what if you were to go from negative thoughts to just quiet your mind, just to focus on a mantra? If you can't really quiet and have zero thoughts in your mind, which is a little bit difficult, meditating with a mantra. I am where I am, and that's okay. I feel better because I at least am aware. Awareness is the first part of improvement. And if you're at a point, you're listening to this podcast, you have become aware and you want to make a change. And no matter where you are on the energy scale, on the thought scale, there's always room for improvement. There's always a way to feel better. If you have something going on in your life, quiet your mind. Focus on something that's pleasant. Focus on something that makes you smile. Focus on something that lifts you. If you just quiet those negative thoughts, your float will rise in the water. And your float in the water is the way you feel on the scale of energy.
Yes. Another mantra that you can say that I was thinking now when you said, Sean, is every day, in every way, I am feeling better and better. And when you repeat this every day, it's impossible to not feel better and better every day. Even if new challenges arrive, you are able to look at them and to face them in a more positive way. What makes all the difference when you overcome all these challenges? Let's say that way. So, Sean, I just wanted to share something also that you taught me. You told me that a negative thinking is a happy life experience. So, if you feel that you are having a negative thinking right now, it means that you might be having an unhappy life experience. It's time to change your thinking. It's time to change your emotions. And it's time to go higher. The better you feel, the better you attract.
So well said. Very, very wonderful. Very beautiful, Fatima. I hope that there are several listeners that are listening right now, and these ideas are the seed that we planted in their lives, and this becomes the day that turns their life around. What a powerful, powerful system. What a powerful, powerful journey that person has. And maybe they crossed our path on purpose today, and we have given them the beginnings. We have given them the opportunity to think on purpose, to feel on purpose, to feel better on purpose. That is all possible. And definitely, definitely, we want to be a part of their journey. Follow us on our social media. We're always putting wonderful things out. Check out our live meditations. There's always ways that Fatima and I and everyone on the Powerful Creators team is living out our mission every day. We're carrying out our mission, and that is to elevate people's energy and help people feel better and help people live better. So definitely connect with us. Become part of our movement. Follow our social media. If you want to feel better, I guarantee you will feel better, and you will think better, and you will attract better, and you will manifest better when you become part of the Powerful Creators family.
Yes, surround yourself just with the best, right, Sean?
Absolutely. You can't. And that's a great point, Fatima. And we could probably do an entire podcast on it, but you can't be around negative people and feel positive. So that's something that you're going to need to check. Who is influencing you? What are your outside influences? How are people that you are around, how are they affecting your energy? How are they affecting your emotions? How are they affecting your life?
Yes. And what I would also add, Sean, is that when I felt already really good on the scale of emotions, when I was already feeling really, 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 really great with everything flowing and momentum and abundance, I found that it's possible to go even higher. So if you already feel very, very good, just challenge yourself to go even higher, because there is this enlightenment state in which everything is simply good. Everything is flowing. Everything is having momentum behind, and there is always, always, always space to be even more higher. This is my advice for today.
That's really great advice, Fatima. And I agree. There's no ceiling on how great you can feel. There is no cap on that. As we get better with these processes, and we're manifesting our feelings and emotions on purpose, and that's a great way to think, and that's a great mantra. I manifest my emotions on purpose. And even if you're in a not so great level of energy, if at least if you have realized that you manifest your emotions on purpose, what's important about that is if it's something that you can control, it's something that you can improve. You're not just in a place of despair and without control and without any way to change. There is a way to change, and it starts with the way you think.
Yes, great way to finish this episode. Right, Sean? Do you want to add something?
I don't think so. I think only that we sending a lot of love to our listeners and can't wait for everyone to join us next episode.
Yes, I would suggest everyone to share in the comments or by private message, where do you feel that you are right now in your life? What is the position in this scale? What kind of emotions do you feel? What kind of thoughts do you have? And think, where do you want to go? Which kind of emotions do you want to feel? Which kind of thoughts do you want to have? And let it happen.
Absolutely, Fatima. Such great advice, and can't wait to expand on this more and offer some more insights.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for being with us these weeks. February is almost ending, but we have many news coming in, and you can check all them on our social media, Powerful Creators, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and especially YouTube.
Awesome. Yes, join us for this journey. It's fun, it's wonderful. You will be better from it, and can't wait to hear your stories. Do let us know how your process and progress is going, dear audience, and we can't wait to hear from you.
Talk to you next Tuesday.
Sounds great. Talk to you soon, Fatima.
I was almost saying Tuesday.
That's okay.
And I thought, no, maybe Sean wants to say Tuesday.
I don't know. I could. Maybe that's like the radio guys. Maybe that's his famous way to sign off. See you next Tuesday.
I love that. You should have said that.
I will. Next time.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Fatima. How are you?
I'm great. Welcome to the first episode of Powerful Creators podcast.
I'm really excited to be here today, Fatima. This is something that we've talked about doing for a long time, and I'm glad we're finally doing it and made time to do this podcast.
I agree. And I feel that we have been recording podcasts since ever, because our conversations are like podcast episodes.
Exactly. A lot of times our conversations, we end with, I wonder why we didn't record that. That was so awesome. That was really great information. A lot of people might enjoy hearing.
I'm glad that we are recording right now.
Exactly. It's going to be great. Tell the audience, if you would, a little bit about Powerful Creators.
So, Powerful Creators is a beautiful project that brings magic to people's life. And we have a wonderful purpose also to elevate vibrational energy of people and help allow well-being and abundance in the world. And, it's so exciting, Sean.
I agree, Fatima. It's something I feel we're going to bring to the universe, to the world, that's a little bit unique. We all know that self-help and motivational writers and speakers have been with us probably 100 years now. Dating all the way back to Napoleon Hill and people, even before him. What do you think we bring that's different?
You are giving me all the hard questions, Sean.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, but I agree with you. Yes, we have many different things in this podcast. First, we are two, is not just one speaking. You are my amazing mentor and best friend, and we have so much to bring to people, so many manifestation stories. And in this podcast, we are able to share many secrets that we only shared between us. And you know what? There is a lot to reveal during the future in this podcast.
I agree, Fatima. We have a lot of material to cover. You have an amazing story, and there's just a lot that I think people will enjoy hearing, especially maybe the person that finds this podcast and is in a point in his or her life where they're ready to make some changes. And I hope that this message and these messages in the future find people that are ready for them. And it's going to be super exciting. Not to put you on the spot with all the hard questions.
I know, Sean, I know. And you know what? It's amazing that also we already have Portuguese people following us because we had the Powerful Creators podcast in Portuguese language before. And some people already know what I went through during the last 2 years because of my course Manifest the Life You Want. So we do have a lot more to reveal. Things that we never talked about. One of them is, for example, your first business ever. And I love that story from when you were a teenager. And these kind of stories, they are so motivational. They were an inspiration for me. Because of you, Sean, and all the stories that you shared with me, the secrets of manifestation, and I was able to manifest really wonderful things in my life. I'm really grateful for you, Sean, and I believe that your stories are going to inspire so many people, just like you inspired me a lot.
Fatima, you are a very unique person in many different ways. Number one, you're a very fast learner. You're very special in that. And number two, going back to your introduction, it's been such a wonderful journey, inspiring you and helping you along your way. A lot of times, people, you can imagine someone on a raft on a river, that the raft is just stuck on a rock, and the raft, it doesn't need much help just to get off of that rock and get going again. But that's the way a lot of people's lives are. And it seems that just a little bit of a push can get our rafts back in the river and running smoothly again. So it's been a great adventure for me having you in my life. You are a wonderful best friend, and it's been very, very exciting because you stimulate my thoughts to a higher level as well, and motivate me to do many wonderful things that I wouldn't necessarily have been doing. For instance, this podcast.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Sean. And also, you are not only inspiring me, but right now we are inspiring more people. And another thing I feel that is a differential in this podcast is that we are going to bring case studies and questions from our listeners and many successful stories of manifestation, not only from you or me, but from anyone that is hearing us and that is from our mastermind group, for example.
I agree, Fatima. The mastermind group is something that you created, and it's such a wonderful tool to get the message out to other people. And it's very, very exciting for me to be a part of that, and to give little bits of encouragement, little bits of advice from my experience, and watch those little seeds of energy, those little seeds of advice just expand and develop and grow, and that's so very rewarding for me. Super exciting.
And so cool, right? Sean, I was thinking about sharing a little bit of Powerful Creators, but I am also feeling right now that we could share the beginning of affirmations that we have and that we use for anything we want. What do you think? Let's share that with our listeners.
Sure, absolutely. I'm up for sharing. and the manifestation of different things. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a really great way to get started.
Good. So, for anything that you want to manifest, let's always start with in an easy and relaxed manner,
in a healthy and positive way,
and in its own perfect timing,
for the highest good of all.
And then you that are listening right now, you just add what you want to manifest. Right, Sean?
Exactly, Fatima. Let's talk about a little bit about where that came from and where I originally learned it. I learned that from a podcast, if you will, from Mark Allen. And I think Mark Allen, who is the amazing person behind the publishing firm New World Library, he has an amazing story. But he talked about that affirmation and many different things about affirmations. But I think that came from a minister that said, start your affirmations in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, in its own perfect timing, for the highest good of all. And so it's hard to even say those words and be in a negative mindset. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. And so something else that he said was to put your ideas and you put your
intentions.
You put your intentions exactly in a sense that it's already come to pass.
Achieved.
It's already achieved, exactly. So one of the affirmations are really fun for me because you can just visualize all sorts of different things. I would say that that's good to do for anything in your life. You need some new furniture in your home. Wow. In an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, in its own perfect timing, we're going to have some really amazing furniture to enjoy and comfort and really brighten our home. So that's just anything. You don't have to take over the world with these manifestations. They work from the smallest thing to the largest thing.
I agree. And I remember that you were speaking in the very beginning. It was like 2 years and 2 months from now. I remember that each time I would speak something with you, you would always say to me, hey, Fatima, let's do an affirmation. And we did so many affirmations in the last 2 years. And you know what, Sean? I manifested so many things in these last 2 years. Really, really many. So I do believe that affirmations are one of the biggest secrets to start. And we have many more secrets to share.
Exactly, Fatima. It's very interesting. What happens is after you practice this and you see how fun and with such little effort that these things come about, it's almost like you just enjoy life and you see, hey, that's definitely possible. Whereas maybe in the past, without those affirmations, even myself, before I learned that, it's like, oh my gosh, you think, I'll never have that beautiful set of furniture. I'd really like to have that, and all the drawers and how well we could organize and how we could match the colors with some artwork and some wonderful things like that. When you practice these things, it becomes easier and easier, and life just gets funner and funner.
Yes. And we gather momentum, and everything happens with ease and with this great vibe that we are in right now in terms of life.
I love yes, exactly. I love the word ease. I love the words flow. I love the word joy. That's such a cool mantra to even think about, and just when your mind is resting, or it's a great mantra for meditation. We could go into a lot of different things, but yes, the manifestation after the affirmation, and that process is a beautiful creative process.
Yeah. So here is our first episode. We are giving this exercise. Just close your eyes and repeat to yourself: ease, flow, joy. And you repeat: ease, flow, joy.
Ease, flow, enjoy.
Enjoy. And enjoy.
Absolutely.
And this is so cool because as soon as we start saying these words, I'm already feeling them.
Isn't that cool?
I'm already feeling the ease, flow, and joy just by saying it and already feeling it.
And that puts you in a place to allow better. That puts you in a place to manifest easier. That puts you in a place where everything is easier. And so that's super exciting. I feel the same way. And you and I have both been practicing that for a while, so it's a little easier for us than the person that tunes in first time and listens. But allow that seed to expand. Allow the idea to work in your subconscious. Be open to a little bit of a change. Allow your mind to accept something that maybe you wouldn't have thought about. What if you thought about these things and it worked? What if these things could change your life? What if you cross paths with two people today that really want to see you and everyone? We want, I think, Fatima, I could speak for both of us. We want people to elevate their energy. We want people to have a wonderful life. Life is made to be good, and we want people to get there.
Yes. And you said two things that I really want to bring again. Doing the what if game is amazing. What if I get promoted? What if I manifest a new home? What if I find my soulmate? The what if game is really worth to try. And another thing that I want to add when you were speaking about ease, flow, and joy is if it's too hard to do it, especially on the first time, it might be hard to do or to feel it, then what you can do is I have meditations just in music form available. And these meditations or songs, they are made to bring peace and tranquility. So as soon as you start hearing the music, and some of them are available in YouTube, or some will be available in the Powerful Creators app, so you can just listen to music, close your eyes, and then you let yourself flow into the music. You feel your emotions, you feel your breath, and you focus on the frequencies of music. And then, magic happens.
You're 100% right, Fatima. You have such cool tools for everybody to use and enjoy. I know that anyone hearing our podcast now would really enjoy your relaxation meditations, your relaxation music. You're an amazing artist and an amazing musician that someone, after they listen to this podcast for absolute free, can go and expand on that. So I would definitely invite anyone listening that wants to relax a little more and feel a little bit more ease. It's the ease, flow, and joy. It works. To get to joy, you have to have more ease. And with ease, you have flow. And with flow, there is joy. And those things definitely work. They work. They've worked in my life. And I know they'll work in our listeners' lives as well. So definitely do check out Fatima's work. It's amazing.
Thank you, Sean. And believe me that some of my work has your biggest support. I was not self-confident enough in the very beginning of this journey to do it. And you gave me a lot of support. So you have a very important role on this. And I'm very happy for being here with you, and also very excited with the second episode of this podcast that is coming next week. Right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. We have many more topics to discuss, and we look forward to sharing them in a week's time with our audience. And audience, as always, thank you so much for being part of our lives. We hope to be a positive part in your life, and we talk soon.
I agree. Thank you so much for being there, and we talk soon.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
1, 2, 3 recording. Are you there, Sean?
I'm here, Fatima. How are you?
I'm great and very excited with this third episode of the Powerful Creators podcast, in which, as promised last week, we are bringing our audience participation.
That is super, Fatima. And this audience participation, I think someone had a question for us. Can you please describe that question?
Yes, I'm going to read this. And, just before reading, I just want to say that I love the way we have people from so many countries following us, because that really gives more diversity in the questions, in the doubts, in the sharings. It's really, really wonderful.
It's very exciting, Fatima, to have listeners and people participating all over the world. It really is something fun and amazing for me, and I know you as well.
Yes, and the more fun than that is just you and me. We are not in the same country. I think we never introduced that part of us. But I am in Portugal, specifically in Lisbon, in the west side of Europe.
I'm coming to you from Texas in the United States. So, yeah, it's so very interesting how our world is becoming a place where people from all over can share ideas and understand more about each other. And that's a beautiful process in itself.
Yes, and how our paths crossed, right?
Exactly, for sure.
So this question comes from someone in Brazil.
Awesome.
And she says, "Dear Sean and Fatima, I miss you much. My manifestation process, which has been always very light and deliberate, has been challenged by the pandemic. In Brazil, things are difficult, and this energy has affected me a lot. But just by listening to you, I already feel more connected with who I am. Thank you for always being seeds of light."
Fatima, that's a really beautiful, well crafted question, and I know that we both have some really great feedback for our listener, our valued listener, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, and I'm sure yours as well, Fatima. Let's dive in and talk about that. The times we're living in are a little bit difficult right now, aren't they?
Yes, and I believe this is not really a question, but we did feel that this is a feeling that have been shared by many people around us. And I have been feeling, how can I say this, but I have been feeling very positive all these last months. And sometimes it's hard because I do feel and send energy to especially all the professionals that are really working hard at this time. But for some reason, I keep easily positive, and I do some tools to not be affected by the outside. And I feel you do this too, Sean. And just by speaking with you, this is already a tool that we are using. We speak, I can share this here in the podcast. We speak, let's say, every day. And this wonderful energy that we have is shared between us, is like our logo, in which we have the energy rays that is going from one place and another. We feel this great energy and positive energy going from Portugal, all the way from Portugal to Texas and vice versa. And I do believe this is one of our tools, right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima, and it's really amazing our mastermind and how well and how easily we send positive energy back and forth all the way across the world. And one of the things that comes to my mind in just with what you're saying is you and I lift each other energetically and in many different ways, and it's important to find those positive people in the world. I would say to our listener who definitely is feeling the situation, definitely find positive people, find people that have a positive outlook, and spend time with those people. Their positive people are amazing, and seek those people out. You'll have a whole lot better time with your thinking, with your outlook, when you're around positive, bubbly people. And something else too is you have to limit the negative inputs. If you watch the news all day long, you're thinking, my gosh, how are we going to even make it till tomorrow? And then a commercial comes on and they say, buy my product. So take it with a grain of salt. Take the news with a grain of salt. It's not as bad as things seem. And I don't want to seem callous or making light of a serious situation. I know lives have been lost and things have been very difficult for some people. But if you're not in the middle of that, and I always pray for the healthcare professionals and responders that have to deal with that and be very, very close to it. Luckily, most of us are away in a manner that we can have a bit of a normal life, and walking in the park and getting sunshine and exercising and all those things that we normally didn't think about really make us feel better.
Yes, I like the example of the child crying, in which you have two kinds of parents. You have that parent that says, oh, poor you, you are crying, oh, poor you. And then what the child does? Cries more. Or you have a parent that tries to encourage the child, hey, what happened? Tell me all about. And then the child starts speaking and starts putting outside what she or he's feeling, and it changes. So I feel the same with this situation. If we start, oh, poor people, poor, we need to share the positivity that we can in each situation, even when it's hard. And I prefer to say, to send healing energy to everybody that needs, and to send love and patience and all the healing that we can to the professionals that are working in this hard field, than saying, oh, poor doctors, poor nurses. That is not going to help. And our role is to help allowing well-being in the world. How we are going to do that, being here in my house, confined or isolated? I can do it by sending energy, as we started in the beginning, saying that me and Sean, we are exchanging energy, right?
Exactly, Fatima, and that's so well said. Very beautifully said, in fact. And yes, we do. We should be seeds of light. And as there's more, and we hope that this energy spreads. We want positive energy to go viral, if you will. There's so much negativity that can go viral in the world. We want positive things to go viral, and we want people to connect that maybe would have not connected before, that lift each other. And it's so easy to find negative people. What's more of a challenge is crossing paths with wonderful, positive people. And I think that we should task our listeners, especially in this podcast, to go find a positive person. Let's see if we can elevate each other's energy. What happens on the outside, we have very little control of. What we have on the inside, in our thoughts, in our points of focus, that's what we do have control of. And when you know that you have some control, you have more ease. You're not as concerned when, hey, this is not completely out of my hands. I can control part of this. And that's a wonderful thought and a wonderful feeling.
Yes, I have many questions coming to my mind right now. One of them is, for example, how do I find positive people? And because that's why we're saying, find positive people. And I can hear people saying, how? Right? So,
that's right.
One of the things that I would suggest is instead of thinking on, like I was saying, poor people, etc., that's what you are going to attract, focus yourself on saying, I manifest positive people around me. I manifest people that uplift me when I really need, because we all sometimes need uplifting. I manifest these wonderful people that make me laugh and help me, sending healing energy to everybody. And this way, together in a chain, we are going to build this strong energy that is going to get to people. And that is going to be, like a magic in the air.
Awesome. Fatima, what if we put together an affirmation for manifesting positive people? How do you feel about that? Can I get it started?
Yes, I feel that you are just confirming what I said in the very first episode of this podcast, that you will be all the time challenging me to do, hey, let's do an affirmation for this. So this is exactly you. Now everybody is going to see this is exactly you. Let's do an affirmation.
We're sharing all of our secrets, Fatima.
Yes.
But I'm excited. I'm glad to. Yes, it's time for a... Hey, me too. This is wonderful. Okay, so as we go back to our episode 1 affirmations, let's get started in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way,
and in
its own
perfect timing.
In the highest good of all, I am crossing paths easily and effortlessly with positive people. I know they're positive because I see the smile on their face. I know how positive people want to connect with me. I know they're looking for me and I'm looking for them. I'm going to come out of my shell a little bit and say hello to someone. And I'm going to take some inspired action to find positive people. I might even look on the internet and see uplifting groups. I might go to some sort of virtual event where people are uplifting each other.
I love it. I do love it. I will just add, how do I feel when I cross lines with positive people? So, for example, I feel so excited with these people. I feel happy. I feel joy. And I feel that everything flows easily. The communication, the conversation, the energy, the feeling is amazing. And I feel that my time is worth, because just having 5 minutes with these positive people, I already feel better for the rest of my day.
Exactly, Fatima. You said that in such a beautiful way. 5 minutes with a positive person melts away 8 hours of negativity. It really, really does.
Cool.
And it's definitely worth your time and effort to seek out positive people. They're not hard to find, and make the effort. Say hello. say hi. And it's just, that's the beginning. That's the genesis of meeting new people. Wouldn't you say, Fatima?
Yes, and I can also add another thing that is you might think in the things that you like to do. For example, what are your hobbies? Do you like music? Do you like going for surf, for example? What do you like to do? And try to search groups related to that, because I know now is not a good time to be meeting people. I mean, in person. I know that we have been through some isolation, especially in some places. So I would suggest to search, for example, on Facebook or around you, on an association near you. Try to search for groups with hobbies or things that you usually like to do. And when you go, feel the energy of manifesting positive people in those areas, and it's going to be even better because you have topics in common, you have desires in common, and you have positive energy. What else you want, right?
I really like that, Fatima. That's such a great point of focus on the how. Yes, definitely. We get a lot of questions on how do we do that. Those are really great tools on how to do it. If you like art, if you like music, find where people are gathering and talking about art. In exactly what you mentioned, like surfing or walking or jogging. Seek out those groups. And something else that I just thought about as well is let's use the technology that we have available. For instance, like the video services that help people connect, Zoom or the other products on other things. Get in front of positive people once you have built your base of people, and it's going to take a little bit of sorting. And what do I mean by sorting? Some people are just not positive. In fact, at least 50% of the people are not positive, maybe more. So it's going to take a little sorting. Don't be frustrated when the very first person you say hello to is not necessarily a gifting person. So don't be afraid to sort, but do find those hobbies and interests and passion. If you're passionate about coding and programming, likely someone else is too. Find the positive, wonderful person that has those that shares those interests. It'll be worth your time. And like you were saying, Fatima, just a little bit of positivity melts away a lot of that negative.
Yes, and that's very interesting that we forgot to mention that we do have on Facebook a mastermind group called Powerful Creators Mastermind. And right now is more in Portuguese language, but everybody is welcomed to get in the group and to connect with more like-minded people that want to manifest wonderful things in their lives. They have been manifesting already, and they want to read more about laws of the universe. They want to share more successful stories. So everybody is welcome to search on Facebook, Powerful Creators Mastermind. And, we speak English also. So it's a wonderful community.
Exactly, Fatima. That's such a great, thank you for mentioning that. Thank you for reminding me to mention that. Yes, if you want, you can't leave that meeting and not feel completely amazing. I just vibrate with positive energy every time we finish, and it's really wonderful because we literally have people from 3 or 4 continents in every meeting. Often there is Portuguese and English spoken, so don't let any sort of a language barrier hold you back. But yes, if you want to be, that's a great place to start. That's an excellent place to start. So come join us. We'd love to have you at the meeting.
Yes. Sean, I have just one more question that came to my mind, and I believe that someone might think on that. I'm hearing someone saying, hey, I have negative people around me. What can I do in this case? And I know that you have a lot to share, Sean, because We do struggle sometimes with negative people around us, especially when they are close family or they are like a colleague in the work that we need to deal every day, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So one thing that I really want to share as my main response, considering that there are many possible strategies, I will believe that at this point, the main one would be not focusing on that. Because when something, imagine a conversation with that person happens and you just keep that conversation and that thought during all your day in your mind, and you go to sleep thinking about the conversation that you had with that negative person, and the conversation was negative, and suddenly your day is negative and everything in your day is flowing negatively. So try to stop that. We already said in the second episode of the podcast, I believe, some tools to meditate, to stop negative thoughts. So I believe not focusing on that person and that conversation and shifting to another, to the positive side is going to help a lot, as we were speaking in the last episode, right, Sean?
I agree completely, Fatima. That's really great advice. Something along with shifting your thinking from those negative people is to limit the association with those negative people. If you have someone in your office that completely drives you crazy, you don't necessarily have to go chat with them at the water cooler. You can give them more space. You can allow them to be on their journey and not include you and the gravity that attracts people to them. Limit your association with negative news. We all need to know a little bit about what's going on in the world, but we should all usually limit our association and time with those negative inputs, people, TV, computer, things like that. Just be aware.
Yes, and sometimes just sending healing energy to that person, because that person might be in a bad moment, in a bad day, in a bad phase of her life, and maybe she just needs some love from you. And let's just try to see the good perspective of it. You were able to cross lines with that person and to sending her love in the moment that she is needing. So always trying to see the good side of everything.
Planting a seed of light.
Yes.
Exactly, Fatima. Very well said.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
1, 2, 3, recording, and here we are for the second episode of Powerful Creators podcast. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Fatima, and greetings, everyone.
Yes, greetings. So, how are you, Sean?
I'm fantastic, Fatima. It's been a great week. Lots of things done. Feel very productive, and can't wait to get back to our listeners.
Same here. We had a wonderful first episode speaking about affirmations and the what if game and ease, flow, and joy.
Exactly, Fatima. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed our very first podcast. I will definitely remember that always. It's super awesome.
And so that's interesting because after the episode, we still kept speaking. But we just can't stop speaking. And after we spoke, after the episode, we were thinking of those people that can't feel ease, flow, and joy right away, right, Sean? Because for me, for example, it's easy. I just feel it because I practice it. But some people didn't practice yet. They are starting now. And we have some ideas for them.
Absolutely, Fatima. I'll share a little bit of my story. And when I first started my journey in learning these secrets, if you will, I think they're open. They're out in the world. It's a matter of putting these things together in a way that's meaningful for each person. And I feel really great that this podcast is going to do that for others. But at some point, I think in all of our lives, we're not able to reach ease, flow, and joy. We might be in really frustration along the scale of emotional feelings, and maybe we're even in a depression. And so the things that cause the frustration, depression, if we feel like that our thoughts are producing more of those type of thoughts and those type of experiences, the thought from depression to ease, flow, and joy is a big jump. So what would you suggest that we do to maybe bridge that? Do you have any ideas for us, Fatima?
We always have many ideas, Sean. It's so hard to not have ideas. We are always, it looks like a fountain. But yes, it's a huge jump. And sometimes it's possible to do that huge jump because anything is possible when we set in our mind. But at the same time, sometimes it's harder for some people. And we always advise baby steps. And what will be a baby step? Just, for example, starting by noticing what are your dominant thoughts per day. And when you do that, you start analyzing that you are thinking things that are negative. And if you do a little switch just on your thoughts to something more positive, it already makes a huge difference in your day. Right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. That really makes a difference. And you bring a really great subject to be aware of your thoughts. A lot of times we're not even aware of our thoughts. And if our thoughts are very powerful things, we must be aware of them and we must train them. And we really need to have the voice inside our head be a really good cheerleader and best friend for us. And so those are very important things.
Yes, you told me, and I never forgot this. This was one of you gave me so many best advices that it's hard to use the word best here. The best of the best of the best. It was when you told me your inner voice must be your biggest supporter. Because sometimes we just stop doing things. We quit because our inner voice is saying, don't do it. You don't deserve. There are more people doing it. Why you are going to do it? Why should you do it? It's already someone else is doing. And this inner voice sometimes is tricky if we don't know how to first understanding your thoughts and second understanding your real inner voice, not your fear voice, but your inner voice.
I love that, Fatima. That's very, very well said. Your true inner voice. And I think we do have two voices. We have a fear voice. We have a doubt voice. But then we have that true inner voice that needs a little bit of help. Sometimes showing off and showing her head through the cloud or whatever it is that may be causing that to those thoughts to happen. Tell us a little bit more about how you developed your true inner voice.
That is very interesting, Sean, because what was coming to my mind was I did many things and they didn't work. So I thought, this is not working. I need to study what successful people are doing and try to do it for myself. And it's interesting because you see these real people, very successful, Oprah, for example, and many others, that they didn't have that great friend or mom or family supporting them. Even on their job, they were not being supported. And I believe that if you don't train your inner voice to be your biggest supporter, what is going to happen is that you just go, I don't even know the expression for this, but you just go down, you go into depression easily. So if we think what my best friend, what I would like my best friend to tell me, and that is your inner voice. What I would like to hear right now, and that is your inner voice. So your inner voice must be better than anyone you, because nobody than yourself knows what is best for you.
Exactly, Fatima. That's such great advice, and you're sharing part of your story. I know is gonna be very valuable and insightful for our listeners, and that is something that if you can't, I hate to use the word sell, but if you can't sell yourself on an idea, how can you sell someone else on that idea? If you can't sell yourself on the fact that you deserve some of the nice things in the world, then nobody's going to drop them in your lap. Very seldom that happens. I guess technically, theoretically, that could happen. But if you're not ready to accept wonderful things, even if they're delivered to you, you won't be able to keep them. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, Sean. And another thing that I was remembering now, because I also know a little bit of your story, and I was thinking we have very different stories. That is very interesting to the listeners right now, because I can see lots of people, they have a childhood without support. Some people didn't have support from the family. Some people didn't have support in the school or in their jobs. And you try to find, you get your own way to find this support from somewhere when you really want to do it. And you learn to say, I can do it. I can. Even if no one believes in me, I believe in myself. And this is a work in progress with yourself that happens not from night to day, but when you really keep focused on your goals and on the things that you really, really, really want. Sean, I don't know if you want to share a little bit about what you did to work on your inner voice, because I feel you did a really great job.
Thank you, Fatima. And yes, of course, I'll be happy to share. The way that first is discovery. The first thing, and it's such an important thing, Fatima, is to discover that makes a difference. Well, imagine if you had negative thoughts. Imagine if you went through the world with just negative things going through every day, and then you could discover that and you made the discovery that those things are important, that's important. The beginning of change is the beginning of your thinking. You must think better to have better. You must think better to allow better. You must discover your own optimistic outlook.
That's so cool. I love hearing you, Sean.
It's there's a lot of information in those few words,
Yeah.
but let's just say, for instance, you ask, and I'll be a little more specific about my story. At a young age, we all are bombarded. I mean, we look at the news and what's going on around the world. It's very, very amazing that the good things in the world are very rarely put on the news. And that's one of the reasons I'm so excited about this podcast, is I want to bring some sunshine to everyone that's listening and be a bright spot in people's week. But back to my story, in that I realized at a young age, we had the choice. We can make a choice with our thinking, and how we think is very, very, very important to how we live. There's many people that are happy. There's many people that are unhappy, and they don't really know the processes of that. I was pretty excited to have discovered those processes. I think we have a choice to be negative. We have a choice to be positive in our thinking and our emotions. And it's so important to let those emotions be your guide. If you have feelings that are not super awesome, that's usually a good indication that what you're thinking about is not in alignment. So I'm a person that likes to feel good. I want to have wonderful thoughts. I want to think about all the things and adventures that I haven't had yet. And I love the way that makes me feel. So you have a guide in that your emotions, and we were definitely not the inventors of that. Abraham Hicks does a really great job of elaborating more, and they've written books on letting your emotions be your guide and that type of experience. But I before I even discovered Outside, I just decided that I want to be a positive person. I want to be a happy person. I don't want to be unhappy. And so and then to realize how your thoughts build on all of that, it's pretty amazing. And one of the things we talked about on our last episode, Fatima, is ease, flow, and joy. And those are high level thoughts. If you are not quite at that high level, one of the things that helped me bridge that gap and take those baby steps like you're talking about is just quieting my mind and meditating. Can you tell us a little bit about how you use meditation in quieting your mind and allowing the higher, better feeling thoughts in?
Yes. I'm very suspect because I love meditation with music more than anything else. I would say that music is like breathing for me, and we know how important it is the breathing meditation. It's one of the first that you should try. If you let's just do a quick exercise. If you just inhale, counting until 4, and then you stop and you exhale, counting until 4 again, just to start, you are already going to slow down a little bit and slow down to your mind. You just do something like, let's inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop, and exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And usually you take more time to exhale than to inhale. So I would say inhale 4 and exhale 5, for example, or 6, or you do it progressively. But this is just a start to slow down and tell to yourself, to your inner voice, hey, stop the negative thoughts. I really want to be positive. I really want to think positive. And breathing is, and this is very Buddhist, right, Sean? I think you know more about this than me, but it's very Buddhist to start by your breathing. If you control your breathing, you can control anything in your, right, Sean?
Exactly, Fatima. Breathing is something that we do without thinking, and it's very critical and essential to our lives, and something that is so innocent and genuine and wonderful just about the breath.
Yeah.
You can even just to get started with your breathing, you might even visualize and articulate in your mind, I'm breathing in ease, and I'm breathing out anything negative in my body is going out with my breath. So I'm naturally cleansing myself. I'm becoming a more positive person just by my breathing.
Exactly.
And that's so awesome.
Exactly. That visualization tool is awesome. Visualizing everything going out when you exhale. So you start with something very, very simple, that is your breathing, that you can do by yourself. And then you start getting more tools. And what I do, because you asked me what I do is using music this way. I try to use the frequencies of music, the way I match each sound, how it makes me feel each mantra, and I just match my breathing, my emotions with the music. And this is something that anyone can do. We don't need to speak. I know I'm speaking right now with a very calm voice, and that might make people feel calmer, but you don't need to just calm in a very zen way. You can hear a very uplifting music. Why not? And if you really want to calm down negative thoughts, maybe you are the kind of person that is going to hear a very uplifting music. Why not? We have so many singers, so many great vibes, and that is already a way of meditation also. Another thing that I really, really love is nature sounds. So if you go to the beach and you just hear the wave sounds, and don't tell me that you don't have a beach near, because I recorded a really cool wave sound and they are available. So you can just hear with your headphones a really cool wave sound, or the rain sound, or the birds, or, a fireplace. And just by hearing those soundscapes, if I can say like this, you just feel teletransported to another place, and you already feel different, and your thoughts are already different from 5 seconds ago.
Exactly, and your whole emotional level is lighter. Your whole being is lighter and easier, and that's such a wonderful thing. And what if we, I love the way you talked about how, maybe you weren't thinking quite beach, but you feel like more of a rock and roll song, and different things. You could even say in your breathing and whatnot, instead of ease, flow, and joy, there's 100 different things. You could say, hey, I'm learning some secrets that are going to help me in the future. I'm getting better and better. This is getting easier and easier. And what a cool mantra, and what a cool way to discover how to feel better with those thoughts.
Yes, Emile Coué was not sure if a psychologist or psychiatrist, but he was testing with his patients the affirmation, every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. And he tested many different affirmations, but that one was a success. That one, he really saw many improvements in people's life. So I believe this one is the one you want to write down every day, in every way. I am getting better and better.
That's really amazing, Fatima. Thank you for shining light on that, because it's definitely something that anyone can use, no matter where you are on the scale of feeling good and feeling wonderful emotionally. You maybe not feeling super awesome, but that's really a great way to start. In every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's amazing.
And we are.
That's super.
And
we are. That's right. I know we are. It's wonderful. It's very, very wonderful to be a part of this co-creating process with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sean. Already excited for the next episode next week.
Yes, next week, Fatima. That's going to be a great episode. Can you share with the audience a little bit about what we're going to discuss next week?
Well, next week we are going to bring for the first time someone else's question. And I believe this question is going to be, I believe that whoever is listening to this episode right now is going to identify himself or herself with the question that we are bringing next week.
Awesome. I can't wait. I'm excited to hear about that. Can't wait to hear what that question is and discuss it, Fatima.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
Here we are for the 4th episode of Powerful Creators, podcast, and I'm here with my best friend, Sean.
Hi, Fatima. How are you today? It's been a wonderful week.
Yes, I'm very happy for being here with you.
It's always a pleasure to share ideas and thoughts and collaborate, and it's always a gift and a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me on.
And for having me on too. I'm very excited today because we are going to speak about high level of awareness. Right, Sean?
I love that topic, Fatima. A high level of awareness. It's where we all want to get. How do we get there? What do we do to reach a high level of awareness?
Yes, that is what we are going to speak today. And the funniest thing is that this topic came because we were speaking this week about how to turn a bad moment in life in something really good, really worth, really like making us grow and going higher.
Absolutely, Fatima. Everyone, I think I could speak for everyone on the entire planet and say that we all sometimes find ourselves in a place that's not completely a high level energy. We've had a situation, maybe in traffic, or maybe with work, or maybe in class, or 100 different things that take us out of our high level zone.
Yes.
We'd love to speak a little bit today about how to, number one, be aware of where you're at. And then number two, if we find that we're not where we need to be, to that high level of awareness.
Yes, I would go far away from that still. And talking about how we can turn, many people had bad relationships in the past, bad experiences in the past, and sometimes they are not allowed to go higher because they didn't release those situations yet. They are still attached to those situations. So we are bringing a little bit of attachment management, right, Sean? And also how to understand and work on our emotions when we think about those situations, because that will allow us to go to a higher level of awareness.
Fatima, I love the way you say attachment management. That's so telling and so aware of where someone is. Let's maybe set up a scenario where we give our audience a little bit of an idea. Hey, how does this happen? What do we do? And then where do we go?
Yes. And let me just tell you, do you know who taught me about attachment management?
Who?
You.
Yes, we all have to do it.
Yes, I love that. I really love that. And I feel that people really recognize and identify themselves in love relationships. They get really, really, really attached. And then we were speaking this week, right, Sean? Sometimes people just get so attached to their partner that they stop loving themselves more than what they are loving the partner.
Exactly. We find we get comfortable in situations that aren't super overpowering, but we have that attachment. And so we have to manage that attachment and be able to make clearer decisions from there.
Yes. And when we understand this attachment management, we can get to this high level of awareness that we were speaking at the beginning of the episode. And for me, a high level of awareness is when you allow yourself to feel good emotions about a bad situation. So let's bring the situation. Imagine that you are having problems in your love relationship, or in your work, or in your family, or any situation. How can you go from where you are to a higher level of awareness.
Fatima, you bring a really great point. And that one of the secrets, I think, in keeping ourselves in a good high level energy place is to learn how to make a bad situation feel better. Maybe we had a situation and it's brought us down. We are not in our enlightened area of energy. We're not in that higher zone. So if we can't turn a bad situation into where we feel better, we're not able to get back up to that higher level of energy. So I think we have some tools and some things to talk about today for our audience to say, okay, first things first, I'm in a situation, I don't feel good. How do I increase my energy? How do I lift my energy to where we're at?
Yes. And I would like to add to that one thing that might be really good is doing a list of good things from that situation. So, for example, we had a bad relationship, and we might think what this relationship taught me, what I can bring from this relationship to my new one. And when we focus on that, we start discovering and noticing things that we didn't during the relationship. We start seeing maybe I like this and that, and this is what I want to the next relationship. And also, I didn't like this, so this is not what I want. So, for example, if you had a relationship with someone selfish, you might want now to manifest someone that is a giver, for example. We change the thought, right? Never thinking on the negative. No, don't think I don't want someone selfish. That's what we're going to manifest, right?
Exactly.
But thinking on what is the opposite of that. Maybe I want a giver. Maybe I want someone that loves to give and to receive. So we try to work on small details that make all the difference.
Exactly, Fatima. And what you are giving me is a really great idea to share, in that even when we're in a negative situation with a relationship, with a job, with whatever we have in our life, maybe we're having a bad relationship with our car. Maybe it's breaking down. Maybe it left us on the side of the road and we're not feeling super amazing about that. What that gives us is the opportunity to have clarity. If we have a negative, is in itself a gift. If we let it be a gift, because it will give us the clarity to know what we really want.
Yes, and that is already the beginning of the difference between awareness and high level of awareness, right, Sean? Because the secret is high level of awareness, not just awareness.
Exactly, Fatima, exactly. If we're on the side of the road and our car just died and it's raining, we are aware that it's cold and rainy outside. To reach that high level of awareness, we allow the frustration to build, and we use that frustration to raise our level of awareness into a high one, and we start visualizing the perfect car for us, the perfect vehicle with the strong motor, the strong sound system, everything perfect about that. So we can pity ourselves on the side of the road, or we can allow ourselves to reach a higher level of awareness, in that we know we're visualizing life is designed to give us obstacles. Life is designed to give us sometimes challenges. And the reason that is if we all had a perfect life, there'd be no place to grow. There'd be no reason to try to achieve a higher level of awareness. So take those little setbacks as gifts and opportunities to refocus and raise your level of awareness.
I was enjoying now that when you were giving that example, I was visualizing more things that we learn to be aware when we reach the high level of awareness. For example, it's raining, your car just broke, but maybe you call someone that comes right away and you were not expecting, or someone that is passing stops the car, and who knows, it might be your soulmate, your prince, right? So something might happen if you really believe that that experience is for your best. You might get to know someone or get awareness of someone in your life that is going to help you, that is there when you need, or anything might happen that is giving a light to you. Right, Sean?
Exactly, Fatima. You bring up a really great point that it's sometimes a gift when your car is broken. Just as a great example, it's broken and some wonderful person that enlightens you and maybe completes something that you had been asking for, and another level of awareness. I love the way you talked about, being in a relationship with someone that maybe isn't generous, and you want to be in a relationship with someone that is generous. And so you've achieved a point of clarity in that moment where you say, hey, I want a generous person. I want a more outgoing person. Maybe I want a person that likes outdoor activities as you're sitting at home watching football. And so these points allow you to reach your higher level of awareness when you feel good about the action that you're going to take. You put a plan of action together in your mind. Have you ever experienced that?
Yes, I did. And you were speaking about the car, and I was remembering that both me and you, we had issues with our cars in the last 2 years, right? Or 1 year.
We did.
And for example, in my situation, when my car broke, I was able to have a substitute car. And that substitute car was perfect, was amazing. And I felt so good on it that I said, I want this car for myself. And imagine, Sean, what is the car that I have right now?
The exact same car.
Exactly the same car, the same brand, same model, same functions, same features. And I love this car, and I won't be able to meet, and I have the perfect relationship with my car. This is the best car I have ever had, and I'm really in love with my car. I love it like my best friend. And I never had any issue with this car that I have right now. I had with the old one, and I was not able to get to know this amazing car. And it's really my personality. I feel so good. I love everything: the design, the inside, the comfortable thing. I love everything on this car. And I was not able to get to know this car if my old one didn't break. So, and I know that you also, Sean, had something with your car that made you think about buying your new one also, right, Sean?
Absolutely. When everything is rolling along and you have no stimulus to say, hey, let's stop. If the car is running okay, you don't think about it. But yes, whenever the car breaks, it gives you the opportunity to say, hey, what do I really want? And maybe that's a key takeaway that we share with our listeners, Fatima. The stress of an uncomfortable situation, in that stress is the seed of something amazing. If we plant the seed, if we invest what's happened, if we don't just wallow in self-pity, if we turn it around, we turn the negative situation around, and we can refocus on what we want. Had your car not broken, you wouldn't have taken the time to sit down and imagine the perfect car. When you imagined it, then, of course, it was very soon after you received it. That's such a wonderful way to create and live and enjoy our time in this universe.
And you were speaking about focus and stress, and that's right. Let's put that situation. The car breaks, and what most of the people do, they get stressed with the situation. That's okay, it's normal. But then that emotion grows. They focus on the expenses they are going to have. They focus on the stress. They focus on the anxiety. And you are not allowing the emotion of, I'm healthy, I'm good, I didn't have any problem, my family is good. For example, I'm just giving examples, but focusing on the bad emotions are going to expand those bad emotions. So always looking to the best side of every situation is going to help you achieve a higher level of awareness, not only for wellness, not only knowing what is happening, but how to bring that situation in a level that allows you to go higher and grow and feel really, really, really good. Because we have challenges every day. And if you don't learn to, in a natural way, look to the bright side of everything, we are going to go down really easily. So maybe this might be a call to action, Sean. Let's invite who is listening to us to, during the day today or tomorrow, observe everything that is happening and trying to look to the bright side of it, trying to look to the bright side. And if you are not seeing it, just share with us a message, send us a message for Creators app, Instagram, for example, and or in our website, powerfulcreators.net. Send us a message, share with us your situation, and we will help you to understand what is the bright side or more of the bright side of that situation, and just practice it until it looks natural to you.
Exactly, Fatima. One thing that you taught me that I'd like to share with our listeners now is that we must have faith in the process. We must have faith in the process. Wherever we are, we can have faith that what's lemons, we turn into lemonade. This setback allows refocusing. The refocusing allows us to know more what we want, gives us clarity. So I'm super excited to hear the ideas and thoughts of our listeners, and definitely reach out to us through the medium that Fatima shared. And we'd love to take some questions on this, because it's something we all deal with. It's something we all have to master to reach those higher levels of awareness. Because if we can't get off of the awareness now that doesn't feel good, we're not able to lift. And we don't really lift, we pull.
Yeah. Of this topic. And we could speak much more about this, but we already gave a takeaway, an exercise to practice. And in the next episode, we are going to speak about money. Right, Sean?
Oh, money. Wow. That's a hot topic these days.
So let's wait for the next episode next week, same day, same hour, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. We look forward to your feedback, and we talk to you in about a week.
Yes, 1 week.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
1, 2, 3, and we are recording on the Powerful Creators podcast, the 5th episode, right, Sean?
This is so exciting, Fatima. Welcome. Hello.
Hello, let's talk about money.
Money, money, money.
So I feel that I need to share that at some point in my life, I had 0. And I was worse than 0. I had debts. I was in a negative scale regarding money. And I thought at that point that I should be doing something wrong. And I wanted to study what rich people were doing. And then I met Sean. Right, Sean?
Yes. Fatima, you have such an amazing story, and I think we might even should back up a little bit and talk about how you were feeling. How did you feel whenever you found yourself and you became aware that you were basically had no money and you had all these debts? How were your thoughts? What were you feeling then?
It's interesting because we were speaking about awareness in the last episode, and I feel that I was not really aware about my thoughts about money. I would always look to something, and my first thought will be, I don't have money for that. Or one day I will have money. Or I will never have money for that, for example. And I was not conscious about how I was limiting myself. And I was only able to get aware of that, get mindful about that, when I started studying what rich people do. And, being rich doesn't mean you are corrupt, doesn't mean you are a bad person. It's just having the right mindset. And I was like, I want to learn what is that mindset. And today I want to share what is that mindset. Right, Sean?
That is so awesome, Fatima. Yes, that it makes my mind go back to times when I had very little, and I was always aware because I would see of people that had abundance in their life, and I didn't really understand why I didn't. And to become aware, I think, is the first step, and to find why and what and how, because we all have the ideas rambling around in our mind, and we've all heard that money is only people that steal from others get ahead, and all of the other negative things, and money is the root of all evil, and these things that justify not engaging our mind to figure out how we improve where we're at to where we want to be.
Yes. Some people, and I say me in the past, my old me, I would think that money is not really, really important. I remember reading those quotes saying money doesn't buy happiness. And, it's a huge difference when you allow yourself to receive money, allow yourself to receive gifts, allow yourself to receive rich experiences, right? We are speaking about money, but this applies to anything in life. And I remember being told, because the influence that you receive on your childhood, they frame your financial model. And I remember listening from my family that you need to work hard to get money. And I think you felt that too, right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. I think you and I both came from hardworking, wonderful families, but our families taught us what they were taught about money. And it's very interesting how the limiting thoughts are passed down through generations. You can see people that are not able to break out of a specific level economically, and it's because of the thoughts in their mind. It's what we're taught. I must work hard for money. The harder you work for money, the more you're going to have. Have you ever heard that?
Yes. And at some point, Sean, when I started having money, I was doubting myself. Do I have the talent to make 1 billion per year, for example? Am I going to be humble? Am I going to keep humble if I have more money? And so even when I was starting to have more money, I still had many limiting beliefs about having more. And when you have more, you allow yourself to help many people. So it's not bad to have more money. There is no problem with that. And sometimes the only thing we need to do is allow, because we are blocking that energy.
Absolutely, Fatima. The energy of abundance is in us all. And the question is, Do we let go of those limiting beliefs? Do we let go of them? If we decide we want to let go of those limiting beliefs, how do we let go of those limiting beliefs? How do we raise our level of awareness of our limiting beliefs to a place where we want to be? Maybe we're not comfortable deciding we're going to be a uber millionaire. Maybe if we want to live in abundance, maybe want to live in carefree abundance. How would that feel even if you weren't able to go from I want to be a billionaire to I'd love to live in carefree abundance?
I love the carefree abundance expression. And you always told that so many times that I can hear your voice saying carefree abundance, carefree abundance. And this is just one of the mantras that we can do. Carefree abundance. I allow carefree abundance. And we might do more mantras, right, Sean?
Exactly, Fatima. If we've decided we want to make a change, we have to reprogram our mind. We have to raise our level of awareness. We have to raise our level of energy. We have to do that. And when we do that, that abundance will come through us, not to us. It will come through us.
That is very important.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I've always enjoyed is that if I'm allowing carefree abundance, I'm always on the lookout for an inspired idea. Where is a need that needs to be filled? And how can I build a system around that creates abundance, that generates some cash flow? Those things are always going through my mind. And I'm not necessarily worried about getting rich per se, but just to enjoy the creation process, creating money, creating a beautiful sculpture, creating a beautiful painting. All of those things come from the inside out.
Yes, I believe, Sean, that when we do mantras, for example, I allow carefree abundance, or the one that we were speaking this week, I have an abundant mindset. I have an abundant mindset. And when we repeat that to ourselves all day, we start receiving insights, and this is magical. It's really incredible. We start receiving insights about how to do that carefree abundance, how to have that abundance in our life. And then we start having, we have someone in mind that we should talk to, or we feel I need to go to that place, and then you meet someone that you really need to cross lines that is going to help you in the path to success or to, anything. You just you get insights from things that are going to help you getting that abundance through you, like you were saying.
Exactly, Fatima. If we take inspired action, and we are reprogrammed, and it doesn't happen in 2 days. It feels better the first time you say it, and that's when you know you're on the right path, but you're not going to go from limiting mindset regarding money to an abundance mindset from money in 2 days. It's a process just like anything else, and that's why we first clear out our minds, or work to clear our minds and refocus our minds when what's the word I hate the most? What are the words I hate most? Some of the words I hate most, Fatima. I can't afford that. I never let myself say those words.
Yeah. Even the word hate, we never say it. That's the first time I'm hearing you saying the word hate.
I know, and that's how strongly I feel about it.
I feel this is the moment to invite our audience to do an exercise and think about what is the financial model that you have on your subconscious, what you were taught when you were younger. What do you think? How do you feel about money?
Exactly, Fatima. That's such a great way to start. And definitely, audience, please think about that, and even send us your thoughts and ideas. Where do we get these things? Only thieves have money. Only doctors have money. Only successful professionals have money. and I don't have a degree, or I'm not old enough, I'm not young enough, I'm not smart enough. There's 100 different things that we have in our minds, but once we let go, and the first part of changing is not to say I'm rich when you're trying to make your car note, but say, hey, in my mind, this is me talking to myself. Somewhere, I've always gotten the money somewhere. It's always come together, and I am an abundant person. How do you phrase some of those things in your mind, Fatima?
Yeah, I have in mind one affirmation that you taught me, Sean, and that I did a meditation about this affirmation. It's available on the Powerful Creators app that you can download on the Apple Store or Google Play Store. And this affirmation is really, really strong. And I know that many people are doing this affirmation. And I'm going to share, and you are going to recognize.
I love it.
First is, I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. And I was repeating this through all my day. And suddenly I was receiving money from places that I was not expecting. I had people that were owing me money, and they were like, oh, I need to give you money back. Take it. And I was like, what? I didn't remember anymore that I needed to receive money from that source. And then suddenly I had, hey, Fatima, can you please substitute a piano teacher today? And we really need you. So I was getting more money on that day. And suddenly I was receiving money from different places that I was not expecting. I had people leaving tip every day in the hotel where I was playing. And you just repeat, I am a money magnet, and you feel it. It's magical. And then, Sean, you also taught me another one that I printed in a frame, in the beautiful frame, and I put in my bedroom. And I would repeat it every day at night and in the morning at least. And it was, money comes to me in large quantities, naturally and easily, through many sources on a continuous basis. And you have this strong affirmation on the Powerful Creators app also. So this is really, really strong, and you taught me, Sean. I'm really, really grateful for you.
Absolutely, Fatima. I stumbled and fumbled around 30 years before I found those things and introduced these things into my life. So it's been a real pleasure sharing them with you, and it's a real amazing gift to be able to share with our audience some of these little tips and secrets to, number one, be aware of where you're at. Number two, decide that it's okay to change and do better. Number three, okay, now let's talk about some tools, some affirmations, some meditations. What you think about shapes your life. What you think about is what you're living right now from the thoughts you had previously. So we want to set up. You can't change the direction of a huge ship in the ocean just on a turn. You have to make gradual turns. Decide today. I'd like to challenge everyone that's listening to this today. Decide that it's okay to live in abundance. You may not be rich. You may not have to be rich, but I want to task everyone here, decide that it's okay to be abundant. Decide that it's okay not to have to struggle to pay your bills. Decide today that you'd like to build a retirement plan that you'll be proud of. Decide today that it's okay to be at one with money. Decide that you're going to accept that good from the universe. Decide to open your heart to that energy, and that's the beginning of an amazing journey.
Yes, and you feel a huge difference on your life quality.
Absolutely. Even though you don't have money, just deciding you're going to make the change today will change how you feel. And as you feel better about that, as you're aware, your awareness lifts. Next thing you know, you have a high level of awareness and a high level of energy. And when you have that high level of energy, you receive inspired ideas. You may think, hey, I need to update my resume. My perfect job is at a company just down the street. And now with all the work from home technology, I can work and do that job. I'm going to go and send my resume out to that company. Don't be afraid to take inspired action. Small little things grow. Little seeds that we plant that weigh nothing in our hand become a huge tree.
Huge tree. I agree. And I can see a tree full of notes.
Exactly. The money tree.
Yes. And I can see it. And I, there are so many stories that I could share about when I shared these secrets that you share with me, Sean. I was sharing that with people around me, and they were, they were receiving 20 euros notes flying to their feet from nowhere. They were receiving bonus on their work. They were receiving promotions. They were receiving lots of money on their birthday for the first time. You suddenly start to receive lots of money from nowhere, and you don't need to hard work. Obviously, you need to take action, but just simplify your thoughts. Get aware about how you think in terms of money. What are your first thoughts when you want to buy something? Do you think that you will never be able to buy that? Do you think that you don't have the money for that? What I do right now is when I need to buy something, I don't think about if I have the money or not. I think, do I need this? Is this something that I really, really, really want? And if I don't have the money with me right away, I might say, I have the money for this. I'm going to manifest this really, really soon. I'm already manifesting this. The money is already right now coming to me, and this is something that I'm having right now, and it happens. It's magical.
It really is. It's something. It's a process that is so powerful. You think it can't be that easy, but it is. It simply is that easy. And I know you, Fatima, have shared these secrets and processes with other people, and you just see it happen so quickly. When someone lets go of a limiting belief and opens her heart into allowing more, and then taking that inspired action, magic happens. I mean, that's the magic of the universe happening right inside your heart.
Mm-hmm. And we have much more to share about money, including some universe laws that you need to know to duplicate your money, to make it grow, and also how to understand that you are the one co-creating your reality, including the money reality that you have in your own world. And we want to share these laws in the next episode, right, Sean?
Absolutely. I'm super excited to carry on our conversation because there's so much to learn, and there's so many people need this information, and I'm super excited to share it and change people's lives.
Me too.
Awesome. So cool.
Thank you so much, Sean, for teaching me everything you taught until now. And in 2 years, it was a huge progress, a huge growing, and I feel in a carefree abundance right now. That's a great feeling.
That's a great place to live your life, is in a state of carefree abundance. And you have done an amazing job, Fatima, in such a short amount of time, picking up these not rules, but laws of the universe, these secrets, these little things that make such a big difference. And it will happen. It won't happen in one day, but it happens in a couple of days, in a few days. If you open your heart, you open your mind, it'll come to you too.
Yes, and we are going to share them in the next episode.
I can't wait. That's super exciting. It's going to be hard to wait an entire week to share that.
Yes, next week at the same time, same day, same hour, check Powerful Creators Podcast. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.
Hi, I'm Fatima.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
Powerful Creators.
to 3, the 6th episode of Powerful Creators is here. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Fatima. Welcome.
Welcome. We spoke about money last episode, and we have more money to bring on today.
Exactly. I've been very excited to visit with you this week and talk more and give our listeners some tools. And we're going to maybe shine some light on what you and I think are laws of the universe when it comes to abundance and money.
Yes. Sean, you taught me that there is a huge abundance in the world and that we deserve it. And we just need to work on ourselves and reprogram our minds to receive it, to allow it. And we were speaking today about a very important quote, right, Sean?
Absolutely. Would you share that with us, Fatima?
I do.
Awesome.
So let's meditate on my inner world creates my outer world.
That's so powerful.
My inner world creates my outer world. Yes, it is very, very powerful. And I feel it has everything inside, but we want to clarify.
Exactly. So there's so much in one little sentence and so few words. My inner world creates my outer world. What is your inner world, Fatima? It's your mind. It's the thoughts in your mind, right?
Yes. Not only, but yes. I believe that my inner world is everything that is inside my world. So if what I do, what I say, what I think, what I feel, everything is energy and everything is inside my inner world. So I feel like sharing this. This morning I was reading Abraham Hicks and I read that everything in the physical world is spiritual. It comes from a source, from a divine source. And if we think money is energy, everything is energy. Our thoughts are energy. Our emotions, they are energy. There are so much money in the world that can go through us. Does this make sense, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima, and you're 100% right. There's no shortage of money in the world. There's literally trillions of dollars floating around in notes, in computers. There's no shortage, and I agree that money is energy, and if an abundance of energy, if energy flows through us and to us, then money will too.
Yes, and you taught me, Sean, that money is magnetic.
Yes, I believe that to be one of the laws, the universal laws of money. Money is magnetic. Without any, you won't get any.
Tell me more about that, Sean.
What a contradiction, right? Without money, you can't get money. So how do you get money if you don't have money? That's something that I dealt with for many years. And I think it's very true. If, forces of gravity, the larger the mass of one object is, the more it pulls to another. So the laws of the universe flow through everything, not just the money part. So what do? How do you get money if you don't have money? I don't know about you guys, but I see change laying around on the ground. Let's say, for instance, I'm completely broke. I have no money in my pocket. I'm walking around and all of a sudden I see a penny on the floor. Now, am I going to go and retire to Tahiti on that penny? Absolutely not. But I pick it up and put it in my pocket. And so I have something there to start with. I take that, I go and I have an inspired idea. I'm open to more money flowing to me, and that's the most important thing. And as I have some money, I take some out for me. I put it in my investment for fortune account. That money pulls other money to it.
Yes, and I remember, Sean, when I was completely broke, as you were saying a few seconds ago, you taught me that there is a duplication law in which when we have one, let's say I'm in Portugal, so when you have €1 in your purse, it's easy to duplicate that to 2 euros. And then it's easy to duplicate 2 to 4, 4 to 8. But it's hard or harder to have 1 euro in your purse and imagine having 1 million or 1,000 right away. Right, Sean?
That's such a great point, Fatima. It's more difficult, and we can't typically individually go from 1 million to 2 million without following through. And the law of duplication is so easy because it's a path, it's a map, it's a way forward. If it feels horrible to not have any money in your purse, but if you have 1 euro, you can find and you can earn or you can acquire another euro. So that means you've just doubled your money. Duplication, double. You doubled $1 to 2. You've doubled 1 euro to 2. Could you go from 2 euros to 4 euros? I think so. And it's pretty easy to go from 4 euros to 8. Absolutely. 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 164. Wait a minute. The next thing you know, we're in the thousands. I've got 1,000 euros in my investment for a fortune account. Wait a minute. I might not get the next 1,000 as fast as I got the first 500, but I know I can do it because I have the experience behind me. I have that momentum. The momentum of that duplication carries you forward.
I remember speaking about this with a friend, not in terms of money, but in terms of followers on the Instagram. So, for example, in the beginning, it's easy to have 10 followers and go to 20, but it's hard to go from 10 to 1,000 like this really quick, right?
Absolutely.
And if you focus on these small numbers, you feel it. It's like your emotion is more like believing that is possible. It's possible to go from 10 to 1,000, but organically speaking, in a healthy way, maybe you focus first on the 20, on the 40, on the 80, and then you just allow the number to grow in a healthy way. And you also get used, hey, I'm having more money. I'm receiving more and I'm giving more. And now I have more to give, I have more to receive. And this is already not a law. Right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. The law says that the more you have, the more you'll receive. And you mentioned organically. You're growing it organically. The momentum you've built is carrying you forward. And the universe is watching you too. And if you have $10 million and you're not a good shepherd of it, soon that $10 million will leave. If you have 1,000 and you work to get 2,000, that reinforces everything. And that allows for even more abundance. And again, there we have the money is magnetic, and then the law of duplication. Those two things, and add some momentum, add some taking inspired action to go to the next step. It's a game. If you think about money as a game, very similar to Monopoly, but the law of duplication, and doing what makes your heart sing to earn that money, it becomes easier and easier, and you're a more powerful creator.
Yes. One of the things that you taught me, and I felt that worked so great with me, was establishing in a very clear way my points of goals. So I remember not having any income, and I put some goals in terms of income. I challenged myself to believe that I was able to receive, for example, 1,000 euros per month just by doing music. In the moment that I was still I was starting to make some money, but 1,000 is already above the minimum salary in Portugal. And that could sound a little bit challenging for a single mom with a small baby, but I said, why not? I can do it. And suddenly I was doing much more of that, and I was having a stable contract and a stable job. And how amazing is when you establish points of goals. You say, I'm receiving now 100, so I'm going to put the goal of receiving 200. And suddenly you are doing the 200. And what I felt is that when I was studying rich and successful people, I studied that it's like a radio station. They tune into a frequency in which even when you, let's say, invest or lose some money, you always get that money back because you already tuned into that frequency.
Absolutely, Fatima. Once you've raised your energy level to those abundance frequencies, you see the opportunities around you. There's opportunities everywhere around. What do we do? What does every business in the world do? It serves a purpose that many people have. If you open your eyes to opportunities, you'll soon see ways to generate more income, to serve more people. The more people you serve, the more you'll make. You serve a few, you'll have little. If you serve many, you'll have an abundance. So think about ways to serve many people.
Yes. And Sean, you also taught me about the law of compensation. Can you please share about that, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The law of compensation says that to receive, you must first give. What does that mean? To receive, you must first give. Let's ask the audience to think about that just a little bit. I want to receive, but I know I must first give in an equal or greater amount than I want to receive.
Mm-hmm. And when I started applying that to my life, for example, I started tipping people. In Portugal. Tipping is not really common in Portugal as it is in the United States or in Canada. So I started tipping, and some people, for example, at the coffee shop would look at me like, what is that? Why? And I was doing, you provided me with a great service, great coffee, a huge smile. So just take it, and people will feel a very wonderful energy. They will smile and feel really good. And suddenly I was receiving more tips at the hotel. And I was analyzing the more I was giving to people when I felt that I wanted to give, when I felt that, someone really helped me with something. So I want to give you. Sometimes it's not only money, it's giving our kindness in actions, giving something that they need and that we know how to do it. And the more you give, suddenly you are receiving a lot from everybody, anyone, and in many terms, not only in money.
Exactly, Fatima. And one question I have for you, when you give the tip, it makes the other person feel good. How do you feel when you give the tip?
I was feeling really good. And not only the tip, but one thing that I have been doing at least every month, we have in Portugal, I'm not sure if you have in the United States, but we have in Portugal let's call it the praising book. We call it Livro de Elogios. I'm speaking Portuguese for the first time here.
Awesome.
It's like you have the complaining book, but you also have the opposite, the praising book. Do you have that there, Sean?
I'm not familiar with the praising book, Fatima. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes. So the same way you have any commerce store has a complaint book. So when something happens in a bad way, you can complain in the book. You also have here the praising book. And the praising book is when you enjoy a service, you are allowed to write in the book that the service was amazing. It's like the complaining book, but in the opposite side of the energy. Exactly.
Okay.
And I have been in the last months, at least one time in minimum per month, I have been signing the praising book. And it's something that you ask. You go to a store, you feel really good. I remember that last time, me and my daughter, we went to a pizzeria and they were amazing with us. I told I don't eat meat, My daughter has only 4 years old, so she doesn't eat that much. What will be good for us? That could be funny for her and all that stuff. And the girl was amazing. She tried to do a mixing pizza, like one part with some flavors, other part with other flavors, and then for example, only the familiar one had this cheese inside dough, and for us, we were only 2. That was not easy, But she said, "No, but I'm going to do a special one for you." And then she put us in a great table with a great view, and then they were all the time coming to us. I just felt that the service was perfect. And I asked in the end for the praising book, and they were really, really happy. And then she gave a huge smile, Sean, when I said, "Hey, what is your name?" to the waiter. And she felt special. And anyone is special, in all the jobs that we have. And when I asked her name, she felt so special. And then I put her name in the praising book, and she was a huge smile with the praising book and feeling really good, like you made my day, this kind of feeling. It's so good and it's so easy, and sometimes it's so free to be kind.
Kindness is easy, kindness is free, and kindness is contagious. Kindness is uplifting. Kindness is amazing. And that's such a cool story, Fatima. Thank you for sharing that. That's really awesome.
I never shared that story with you, right?
I know. Yeah, it's the first time you shared.
Because it's something so common, right? It's like, I'm not doing this to share with people. This happens every month at least one time. So it's very common. I would like to share today, before I forget, another tip that you gave me, Sean. That was, you taught me to always put aside 10% of everything I receive. And you told me that should be the first thing we do when we receive money. So, Sean, would you please share more about that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Many people have heard about this technique, have heard about this law, and it's in many books and many authors and many people for years and years and years have talked about it. But how many people do it? Not that many. It basically says we pay ourselves first, and 10% is a great number. Often people tithe 10% to their church or an organization. My thought is we pay ourselves before we pay our bills. We pay ourselves before we pay the delivery man. We pay ourselves because this is not our rainy day fund. I don't want rainy days. I want an investment for fortune account. And if we take a portion of that, it becomes habit forming. And you put that money in your investment for fortune account, and you wait for inspired action to find ways to serve others. That investment for fortune account becomes capital you can use in a business. That investment for fortune account is also building the magnetivity of your money. And the more you have, the more you receive, right? So that's doing so many things with just that 10%. And over time, 10% may be $100 a month. 10% may be $1,000 a month. In some advanced investors' portfolio, 10% is $1 million a month or more. So it's a percent. You can change it if you need to. Man, you may say, Sean, you don't know my bills. Okay, start with 5%. Start with some percent and pay yourself first.
Yes. What I was doing in the beginning, that I was not receiving, I was broke. So I was receiving small portions in the beginning. I was putting 10% in a small envelope. And it was easy. And then when I started receiving more than 1,000 per month, I created a savings account. And every time I would receive, I would put right away that money in the savings account. And that will mention to myself that I deserve that money. It's an amazing feeling. And I would think that money as an investment, like you said, investment for fortune. Let's not get into the trap of thinking in an emergency fund. We don't want to attract an emergency fund. Right, John?
Exactly. That's so critical, and it's such a small way of thinking. Most people have a rainy day fun. Well, guess what happens? It rains.
Yes.
So use your affirmations, use your mantras. When you put that money in the envelope, number one, you feel really great about that. Number two, you tell yourself, I'm a money magnet. My envelope's getting bigger and bigger all the time. And many other things.
Yes. So today we shared a little bit more about some laws that we have been using. In the episode of last week, we shared about limiting beliefs. So if you didn't hear that episode, it's very important. So you understand, firstly, what are your limiting beliefs? What is the financial model in your subconscious? So you can reprogram yourself and allow all these laws to happen. And also we have meditations about abundance, carefree abundance, about meditations about your inner world on the Powerful Creators app. And also we have some teasers on the social media. You might find us on the Instagram in the English account called Powerful Creators app, and also on Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest. Just find powerfulcreators.net website, and you have all our social media there.
Absolutely, Fatima. Thank you for mentioning that. And I want to, I'm sure on your behalf as well, invite everybody to follow us on our social media pages and get engaged, because this is a process. You don't learn this in one day and the next day it's easy. You find this, you let it incubate in your mind. This is a seed that we have cast into the wind of cyberspace, if you will. But we want these seeds to grow, and we want these seeds to grow in the minds and the hearts of people. And we want to hear about your stories, feedback. Definitely reach out, ask us questions, tell us, share with us how these things have affected you positively or negatively. We'd love to hear that and want your feedback.
Yes, I have many friends with funny stories about money. We do also have, Sean, I feel that today we shared less about our experience and our stories, but we were trying to focus more on the giving the secrets, talking about the laws, but there are so many funny stories that we would like to hear. So just contact us through the website or the social media. Share with us our story, and we might share them here on the podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, if we have questions, I'm sure that we would entertain answering some questions and that as well. That would be fun. That'd be super exciting.
Cool. So don't forget to repeat, like one of us we shared in last episode, I am a money magnet.
Exactly, Fatima. That's one of my favorites. And it's something that's powerful. And when you feel it, you'll discover it, you'll investigate it, you'll feel it, then you'll know it. Start that process today. Start your investment for Fortune account. Start doubling. Everybody can find a penny on the ground. Let's get started.
Exactly. Make it fun.
Exactly.
And you don't need to repeat the mantra as something very zen. You might just do a rhythm. Dun, 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 dun. I am a money magnet. 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 And suddenly you are receiving the money in your feet, the money in your hands, and the money in your bank account. Right, Sean?
Absolutely, Fatima. That's so catchy. That's going to be in my brain. I love that.
I am a money magnet.
I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet.
Woohoo!
So cool.
See you next week. Thank you very much.
See you next week, Fatima. Thank you.
Because you can.
You deserve.
And you are a powerful creator.